How do you easily remember Euclidean geometry theorems? Imagine trying to keep a huge library of geometric facts in your head. It can be tricky, but with the right tricks, remembering Euclidean geometry theorems becomes much easier. Think of it like learning a new dance. You start with simple steps and gradually build up. First, get familiar with basic shapes like triangles, circles, and polygons. Recognize their properties, like how a rectangle always has for right angles, or how the sum of angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. Visualizing these shapes helps you remember their key features without overloading your memory. Next, focus on how these shapes relate to each other. For example, opposite angles formed when two lines cross are equal, or that the diameter of a circle cuts it into two equal halves. These relationships are the building blocks of many theorems. Now, practice following simple logical steps that connect properties. For instance, understanding why a line passing through the center of a circle makes a right angle with the tangent at that point. This helps you see how theorems are built from basic facts. As you become more confident, start working on formal proofs. When you see how each step is justified by a previous theorem or definition, it becomes easier to recall the theorems themselves. To make this process stick, use memory tricks like creating acronyms for groups of related theorems or drawing diagrams and labeling parts. For example, remembering that angles in the same segment of a circle are equal can be linked with visual cues or simple mnemonics. Regular practice is key. Solve problems that involve these theorems in different contexts. Grouping theorems by topics like angles, triangles, or circles makes learning manageable. For example, remember that the angle between a tangent and a radius is always 90 degrees, or that the sum of interior angles in a polygon depends on the number of sides. Using diagrams, mnemonics, and consistent practice helps you connect the dots. Over time, these strategies turn complex theorems into familiar tools you can recall easily. Think of it as building a mental toolkit where each theorem has its place, ready to be used whenever you need it. So, start with shapes, learn their properties, follow logical steps, and practice regularly. This way, remembering Euclidean geometry theorems becomes a natural part of your thinking.